in on late here on the live stream. Thanks for joining us here on the live stream, and we've got a Sunday night shootout between the two Spartacat B1 teams, the white team and the blue team. You're going to love this. The blue team is wearing white, the white team is wearing blue. It's going to be as confusing as all get out. So I'll do my best to try to give you an understanding of what's going on. 12 minutes on the clock. Puck is dropped at center ice, and here we go. So Shaq and Scott, your starting defenders for the blue team, and a quick icing here against the white team will bring the face-off into the white team's defensive zone. Again, white team wearing blue jerseys tonight. So Scott and Shaq at defense. Wilhelm is in goal with Nurka. I think that's Mersil and Bauman, your forwards. Torville in goal for the white team, again wearing blue jerseys. A little harder for me to read their numbers for some of them, but we'll see if we can get that as we go. So here's Hughesman, brings it across the blue line, keeps control of it, cuts to the middle. It's intercepted momentarily, but it falls for Peterson. Peterson sends this down towards Wilhelm, sticks that aside, and it goes into the far corner. McNerney is trying to hold it in at the blue line. She does momentarily, but one of the blue players slaps that out, and you can't tell if it's Mersil or Bauman's going to give chase. That was Mersil getting chased. This goes back the other direction. Here's Cron fresh off the bench. She slaps it forward and tries to send it down. Mersil has it at the blue line. She puts it in. And Levasseur goes and chases that one. She's got the puck on her stick. She comes through center ice, coming across neutral zone into the offensive zone. Falls for Levasseur, gets it back and shoots it wide. Stefan Hagen in the far corner, sends it towards the middle. Battle there between Olsen and one of the other attacking players. This one comes to the top of comes to Todd at the blue line, and here's an opportunity. This is Eden Miller. Eden Miller, the leading scorer for the team, and she shoots and scores. Eden Miller scores for the blue team. And it's a quick 1-0 lead with 10:31 to go here in the first period. Meller, and I'm not sure if we're going to get an assist on that or not. But a nice play that time by Meller, making sure that she drew that in. Torville had a lot of net to cover, and she did a good job on the close, but far side, Meller went far side. Olsen and Cron look like your defenders. Donahue, that's going to be, it looks like it's a quick icing against the blue team. Again, blue team wearing white. White team wearing blue. If I say Spartacats, you're all confused. So a defensive zone face-off for the blue team. Nollner, Mersil, and I think that's Bauman. Defenders are Scott and Shaq, with McNerney and Bishop on the blue line for the white team. Slapped out towards the blue line, kept in momentarily by the blue team, or white team, nicely done. Now I'm even doing it. This falls for Shaq, she sends that out. And I'm not sure if that's gonna make it to ice or not. It might die down in the corner. It did die down in the corner, but referees say play on, so we do. Left side of your screen, Mersil tries the forecheck, but comes out towards neutral ice. This is Spartacats. This is through the center ice, switching the ice. Nicely done that time. This falls for Nollner. Nollner scored her first goal of the season against Cottage Grove. Cats might have been in offside just a little bit there, but Nollner digs that one out of the corner, tries to get it to the middle. Now she comes to the middle, gets on her forehand. Opportunity for Bauman in front. And it's in, another goal for the Spartacat blue team. And that's Laura Mersil. That's her second of the season, and a 2-0 lead, quick 2-0 lead for the blue team with 9:26 to go here first period. There was a little bit of a concern yesterday. The blue team had a scrimmage against Minneapolis. They were successful in terms of the scoreboard, but there were some concerns about the energy level for the girls, but the energy level seems to be pretty good right now. There's an opportunity for the white team slicing in. Wilhelm pads that aside. Players end up in a heap on the right side of your screen. Childers battles there in the corner. This one comes out from Miller at the top. Here's Olsen. Olsen has it poke checked off her stick. This finds the middle. Kron swings at this one in on Wilhelm. She pads that one aside. And it goes to the far corner. Kron with it there. She's going to stick handle a little bit, come through center ice. She's got Miller on her left. Now she's going to try to take it in over the blue line. Does. Miller's going to chase. Kron will retreat to her defensive position at the blue line. Opportunity in front. And the blue team buzzing, and good defense that time by the white team pushes it out of the offensive zone. And they're offside as one of the white players, again wearing blue, was in over the line early with 8:32 to go here in the first period. Score 2-0 in favor of this Spartacat blue team. Spartacat blue team again wearing white. Folks at home, I'll tell you right now, we tried to fix it. Unfortunately, we had a little wardrobe malfunction, and we were not able to wear our blues, and the other team was not able to wear their whites. So we tried to clean it up, but we couldn't do it for you, folks. Shack with it there, backhands it into neutral ice. This one's taken by Huseman. Huseman tries to get that in. Battles there, bottom of your screen. Now it comes across. Zaki sends it across. Zaki wearing 0 right now. Slapped at it there. Opportunity for Zaki, sends it back in. This one comes out towards the point. Mercil has a little bit of space. She's got a head of steam. She brings it over the blue line. She's got Bauman cutting to the middle. Mercil shoots from distance. Torville steers that aside nicely. And the white team counter up the other side. This is Huseman. She's going to have a head of steam. She's going to take on Shack. She'll try to go around Shack and does. Here's Scott. Scott with the defense. Shack recovers. And Shack with it again. Now chips it off the boards, trying to get it out. But the white team keep it in. Nicely done. There at the point. Couldn't see who that was, but Zoe Scott has to retreat behind her own cage. 7:28 to go here in the first period. A rapidly moving first period. Here's an opportunity for Nason cutting to the middle. But that's broken up by Scott. Baker quickly off the bench. She's fresh. Bottom of your screen. You try to get it out. Buchholz does a good job keeping it in at the blue line, but it's steered away. Scott with it. Scott slaps at that one, gets a good clearance, but it does not come out as Buchholz again holds it in. This comes for Scott again. Now she's got it on her forehand. Chips that off the boards and gets it out of the Cats defensive end, but quickly back in, that time by the white team. This one finds its way back into the offensive zone. Cats battling right below your camera there. And now Nolner comes the other direction, shoots towards goal. It's blocked by McNerney. This falls for Mercil. Mercil sends it in. Donahue tries to get to it. Is Kron going to be able to keep it in? She does momentarily, but she fires it right into a bunch of bodies. And this one gets slapped down all the way to the end. And we will have icing with 6:18 to go here in the first period. Spartacat white team yesterday took on Cannon River, and a coach-controlled scrimmage were successful with a 7-5 victory. So both teams on the ice tonight having good scrimmage results yesterday. A high-scoring affair in Northfield. Nolner, Mercil, and Miller, excuse me, I keep just, once in a while it trips me up. Nolner using her strength to get to that puck, has it on her stick, tries to steer it back down into the offensive end, but it's picked off that time and cleared as Huseman taps it out. Goes by Scott. Shack has it behind her. She sends it over for Miller. Miller, who scored the first goal of the game tonight with a head of steam, brings it over the blue line. She's got a couple of girls to the middle. Miller pushed off the puck nicely that time by Zaki. Battle from Todd in the corner. Cats have it behind the net. They'll try to send it in, but it's chipped away that time by the defense. Mercil again with it. Miller now will chase far corner. She'll battle shoulder to shoulder with Levasseur, and Levasseur comes away with that one. And here's Nolner. Opportunity for Miller again. Again, the stick work from both teams really breaking up a lot of good passes and a lot of shots. Mercil tries to steer that into the slot, but it's cleared by, I believe that's Levasseur, and she'll bring it towards the blue line, but it's kept in smartly that time by Miller, who now heads to the bench for a change. And that's slapped in by Shack. comes to the neutral zone, and Todd will retreat in her own end. Left side of your screen, bottom of your screen. Forecheck by Bauman. Partially successful, forces Todd to the far side. This is Nurka. Nurka in the near corner. She tries to slide it in, but good defense that time by the Spartacat white team. 4:38 to go now. We've had a rapidly moving period after 2 early goals. Last 5 or 6 minutes have been pretty quick. Lavasser with a head of steam up the near side. She's taken on Donahue. Donahue poke checks at that one, and here's an opportunity for Nurka. Good change off the bench for Nason as she cuts to the middle. Nurka lost the puck, but manages to keep it down deep in the Spartacat white end. Nason chasing that one. It's turned back in by Olsen. Olsen and Kron out your defensive pairing. This one makes it out of the neutral zone, into the neutral zone, and Kron slaps it in. And offside against the blue team. Blue team 1-1 on the district season. And the white, 1-0-1 on the district season. The white team 1-1. So still early in both campaigns. For both of these teams, Donahue, Miller, and Baker, your forwards. Shack and Scott are your defenders. So Shack, far side, sends that in. I think that's going to be icing, and indeed it is, as Shack was just on the wrong side of the red line. So we'll bring that back down into the other end for a defensive zone faceoff to the right of Wilhelm. 3:42 to go. I will warn you right now, we'll tell you that we have a couple of referees that are still figuring it out a little bit. There's a mentor on the ice, so there might be a few calls or a few things that happen that we're not 100% sure of. A quick shot by Zaki, just goes wide. Nice opportunity there. Zaki was just waiting for it, and it came to her, and she almost made the most of it. Cats need to get to it. Blue Colts tries to send it in, almost taken away by Miller. And this comes for Scott, who gets it for Miller. Now Miller with an opportunity. She's going to have a head of steam down the far side. She's going to cut to the middle. Good defensive pressure. Excellent poke check. That time, excellent poke check that time by one of the defenders. Could not read her number. It's kept in momentarily. This falls for Baker in the slot. Baker has a loss off her stick. Donahue with it. Miller gets the rebound. Miller sends it back into the crease. It's loose for a moment, and now it's cleared all the way down. I think that's going to make it. Actually, that's going to be on net. It's on net, so Wilhelm has to play it. Scott will go the other direction. Scott tries to get it out, but it's kept in smartly that time by McNerney. McNerney steers it down into the corner. Zodke gives chase. 2.5 minutes to go here. First period, score 2-0 to the blue team. Again, blue team wearing white jerseys as Zoe Scott comes out with it, hits a tape-to-tape pass for Eden Miller. Miller cuts to the middle. Now she goes back to the outside, tries to steer that one on, and Todd, with some great defense there, breaks that one up. This one comes in towards the near side of Tourville, and it's sent wide. This one's deflected, dies in the middle of the crease. Miller shoots. That again, good defense that time. Good sticks by the white team. Defensively, they've certainly tightened up here over the last couple of minutes. Lots of sticks in front. This puck does find its way out to neutral ice. Kron slaps at that one, sends it back in for Nollner. I think Mercil might have been offside, but Nollner shoots anyway. Tourville with a nice save, pushing that to the near side. Nollner battling again. That one goes around behind the cage. Bauman to give chase. Can't keep that one in, but Kron steps up, sends it in towards the slot, but nobody there as all three forwards were coming to back check. Nollner tries to keep it in, does. Nicely done by Aurelia Nollner near side. McNerney slaps at it, tries to get it out. Olsen steps up and pinches from the blue line, and now it finds its way out to neutral ice. And icing is waved off. Kron will chase this one down behind Wilhelm. Here comes Kron down behind Wilhelm, sends it out for Bauman. Bauman off the boards, far side. This is Todd claiming it for the white team. She's harassed by Donahue. Doing a nice job there of turning the other direction. Here's Bauman, who gets it, slides it to the middle. think she was trying to pass that to one of her teammates. And here comes Stefan Hagen over the red line. It's taken away from her. Huseman with it, battling in the near side. McNerney steps up from her defensive position. She says, I'll take that one over through neutral ice. Brings it into the blue end. McNerney still with an opportunity. Zodke in the middle. Great centering pass by McNerney, but Zodke denied by the pad of Wilhelm. Intercepted momentarily. Opportunity here for Scott. She tries to clear the zone, but can't. This comes for Zodke in the inside. It's sent out, and here's an opportunity for Miller again. This one off of McNerney's skate, and McNerney's skate sends it all the way down into the end. Can't see who that's. Levasseur in the corner. She's got Huseman, and I didn't give you the countdown, but the first period now ends. Shots officially 7-4 in favor of the white team. Score on the board is 2-0 in favor of the white team. And again, the blue team is ahead 2-0. But they're wearing white jerseys tonight. It is confusing like you wouldn't believe, folks. And we'll step aside and we'll be back in 50 seconds.
Is white us or you?
White is us.
Oh, okay. I was like, because you are white.
I can tell you right now, it's confusing. It's all snot.
Yeah.
Just saying. I mean, you can't even call them all Spartacats. It's
difficult for the commentators.
Yeah.
I heard Varsity's got 2 wins.
But for the first time in a long time.
That's exciting. Oh, who is on this team?
What's that?
Bauman. We were just with Smiths. We just played Woodbury.
Yes. All right. Well, you
Get back on.
Baker, Bauman, Mersil, your forwards. This is Olsen and Kron, your defenders. J-War in the net for the blue team. Both goalies now have white helmets, which I had forgotten. So I may have given J-War or Wilhelm a couple of saves that J-War actually made. Forgive me on that one. They switched jerseys, or excuse me, switched helmets this season. J-War had a black one to start the season. Now she's gone white. Wilhelm has graphics on her helmet, but I wasn't paying close enough attention as the white team is over offside. And so Nason Stefan Hagen and Childers will be your forwards. They take the face off, but this is won by Olsen, far side. Olsen slaps that into neutral ice, but it's turned back the other way. Kron behind J-War retreats. Kron will bring it up the near side, sends it forward, but it's intercepted by Nason. Kron tries to get it back, but it falls easily for Nason. Here's an opportunity for Mersil, and Mersil hammers that out to neutral ice. Girls may have forgotten for just a moment which direction they were going. Would not be at all unusual given the confusion of young players in the second period of an actual hockey game. First month or two of the season, you expect this kind of stuff. That's Baker. She slaps that down. That's claimed by Todd. Todd far end. She'll circle the other way. She comes around her cage. She's got McNerney guarding the middle. Here's an opportunity for Noller. Can Noller get to it? Noller does get to it. The Cats clear the zone. The Cats do not clear the zone. And it's offside against the blue team wearing white jerseys. On the far side, we'll have a face-off with 10 minutes, 35 seconds to go. Coming to you from Veterans Memorial Community Center. This is VMCC, also known as The Bubble. The home rink of the Simley Spartans, as well as the Ice Cats Co-op and the Spartacats Co-op. Face-off won nominally by the white teams, kept in that time by Donahue. Miller, Donahue, and Noller, your forwards. Donahue gets to that one again, sends that one towards the middle. Miller with an opportunity. She gets it on, she scores! Oh, bad camera work. It was a great pass by Noller. It was bad camera work by yours truly, and Miller scores to make it 3 with 10:19 to go. Forgive me, folks. I might have seen it off the right side. I did not have the camera all the way over to the right. Shame on me. But Miller gets her second of the game. It's 3-0 now in favor of the blue team. Again, wearing white. This is Huseman off the side. She tries to chip it out, kept in by Scott near side. Now Donahue will battle next to her cousin. This will fall all the way over for Peterson. Peterson to the near side. She punches it in, and she was on the wrong side of the red line. I think that's going to go for icing, and it does. 9:53 to go here in the second period. It's been a fairly even up and down game. The shots are officially 8-4 in favor of the blue team. Again, blue team wearing white. But it's been fairly even going both directions, and you would expect that to be so as these teams were built to be fairly comparable. Referee making sure that everybody's in the right position. Nurka had it for just a moment. This comes for Kron at the blue line. Sends it in for Merciel. Merciel with a shot. Merciel with a good save by Tourville. This gets pushed to the far side. Childers battles there. She tries to get it out. Now it's pitchfork to the middle by Nason. Can the zone be held by Kron? And she can't. She can't believe it. She's wrong. I'm her dad. She's wrong. It was offside. I'm going to hear about that one in the car on the way home. Bauman, Nurka, Merciel, your forwards, Olsen, and Kron, your defenders. This one comes chipped in by the white team in towards Olsen. She gets it there. Olsen tries to go around one defender, does. Now she's got some control. Oh, good poke check there at the blue line by Buchholz. And Olsen has to retreat all the way back to neutral ice. Two girls battling over the puck from the same team. I'm sure that's never happened to anybody else, but it happens occasionally, and Stefanegan brings it over the blue line. Some contact there, but Stefanegan maintains control, sends it around. This is Childers giving chase. Olsen sticks her body in, tries to get that puck, and Merciel comes away with that one. She's got a little bit of open ice in front of her. She also has Bauman in the middle of the ice. Has it taken off of her stick. Finds its way to the far side, and lots of players all clumped together. Both coaching staffs will be having a quick chat with them about spreading out as this one comes to the middle. Kron tries to backhand that one out, but it doesn't work until Olsen gets to that one and relieves the pressure. 8:25 to go here, second period. Blues wearing white, white's wearing blue. Everybody's going a different direction. Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. This one's in the far corner. This is Shaq. Shaq sends that forward for Baker, and it's off of Baker. I'm not sure if Baker touched it. And we will have icing against the blue team with exactly 8 minutes to go here in the second period. I want to mention the Egan Wildcat girls varsity hockey team, 2-0 for the first time in a little while, with wins against Hastings and Shakopee. So nice to see the Wildcat girls and that team growing up a little bit. Becoming very competitive as Baker brings this one over the blue line. Miller and Donahue are her line mates. Shaq and Scott try to hold it in. This one finds Todd's stick. Todd's relieved to the puck near side. Good pass to the slot, but Donahue got turned around. On the far side. Scott tries to hold it in at the blue line and can't. Breaks some momentum, but now Donahue's going to have to back check as this one comes in, and it is, I think it's Jay War in net for the blue team. Todd there in the middle being chased by Miller. Todd through neutral ice. Nollner comes over to play that one. Shaq can't quite get to it. Scott pitchforks that one into the neutral zone, and here comes Mersil. Mersil over the blue line. She's got it on her stick. She's got lots of defenders in front of her. And her shot is broken up. It goes over the blue line. Misses Olsen. Olsen goes D to D to Kron. Kron looks for a teammate, finds a teammate, but that pass off of Mersil's stick and finds Levasseur. Levasseur looks for Zaki. Zaki far side. She's in the far corner. She's watched by Olsen. That's slapped to the back boards by Kron. This comes to the near boards. It's on the left side of your screen. Now through this neutral ice. This is Mersil again. She puck handles there, tries to get it over the blue line, can't. But Olsen says, I'll try, but Mersil was offside. Now Kron with an opportunity. Kron's got open ice in front of her. Kron brings it across the blue line. Kron's going to bring it in. Kron's going to shoot. Kron's going to shoot, and it's blocked by Tourville. Nice save by Tourville, fighting that one off. That was a rising shot by Kron, who retreats to her position at the blue line. Bauman sends that towards the middle. Mersil can't quite get on that. Kron's all or nothing pinching in. And that one's kept away by the white team. And now Olsen will try to take it off of Childers. It's slapped back into the other end, and Olsen circles her cage. White team tries to send this one to the middle. It's broken up that time by Nolner, and now Kron will circle her cage. 5:33 to go here in the second period. Nolner tries to get it to her teammate. She absolutely does. This is Mersil. Mersil brings it across the blue line. She has Nolner cutting to the middle, but Nolner and Mersil now switch places. Mersil will try to keep it in. Tries a centering pass. It's broken up there by Childers. Scott tries to keep it in. She does with the backhand. This falls for 76. That's June Bishop. June Bishop, who apparently has grown 8 inches in the last five months. Looking extremely tall out there. Here's an opportunity for Bauman, who shoots. Oh, and that took a deflection. Tourville was down, but that took a deflection. That might have been a really big goal for the blue team, but a great save that time by Tourville. This one gets sent back in. Neutral ice with 4:35 to go. Here's second period. Sent back down to the other way. Nason giving chase. Scott under pressure. Scott couldn't quite get what she wanted on that one. Comes back to the middle. Shack had turned her back. And now here's an opportunity for the white team. They're going to shoot from distance. That's deflected high in the air and goes for Scott in the near corner. She sends that out towards Bishop. Bishop tries to get that back in, but the white team had not cleared the zone, and we have an offside call against the white team with 4:08 to go here. Shots officially 10-4 on the big board. Score 3-0 in favor of the blue team. Goalies for the blue team switching, so Wilhelm will see us through the rest of the 4 minutes of this period. Kron, Olsen, your defenders. Meller, Nurka, and Donahue, your forwards. Kron slaps at that one, sends it forward. It was off Buchholz. This is not going to be icing. This is not, well, it probably was not supposed to be icing, but it will be icing because the referee says so. So with 3:55 to go, we will retreat down into the defensive zone for another face-off. Thanks for joining us here on the channel. We do very much appreciate it. Doing our best tonight covering both of these teams. Obviously, part of the same program makes a different dynamic as opportunity there for, Levasseur shoots from distance. It was patted away by Wilhelm. Wilhelm watches that one go harmlessly by. White team now buzzing. Donahue tries to get to it, does. Slaps at it, but she's not going to clear the point. Levasseur holds the point, sends it back in. Olsen again slapping at it again. And is it going to get out? It finally does. And that should be offside, and it is. With 3:33 to go. Sometimes these U10 players make it a little bit of an adventure trying to clear the zone, and that time the blue team took their sweet time about it. Definitely were waving at it with their sticks, but they got it done, and that's the important thing. Creating the neutral zone face-off. Again, 3-0 the score at this moment. The blue team coming into the game, the white team coming into the game as Baker has that one, pitchforks that one back out into the neutral zone. Olsen with it, she sends that down. Levasseur takes that one. Now she'll turn and circle right side of your screen. She's going the other way. Is she going to go all the way down? No, she's not. She's going to slap and turn and go to her forehand. It's claimed there by Mersil. Comes for Kron. Kron shoots and tries to go to goal. Tries to get it on goal. Doesn't. That one went wide. Kron with it again, another chance. She sends it in towards the slot. Off of Mersil's stick. This is Willa Vassar. She sends that out, tries to chip it out, as does Huseman. But it comes for Zaki. Here's an opportunity for Zaki, far side. Kron gets in front of her, nicely done. But Huseman comes away with the loose puck, sends that down into the corner on the far side. Baker battles there. Coming to the near corner. Here come the Spartacats out of their own end, but it's good forecheck that time by the white team. Can't read the number because we can't see them, but we know it's happening. Bauman gets that one out, labors that one over the line. Now she's cleared into the blues, into the attacking zone. Bauman's going to pass to the middle. Nice pass. Pass by Natalie Bauman. Nice play by the first-year U10 player, recognizing the opportunity. This comes from Nollner on the far side. Nollner shoots from distance. A rebound in the middle. Opportunity as Shack is going to have this one. She's waiting for the Spartacats to clear the zone, and she does. This one comes in on Torville. It's in Torville's pads, and there will be a whistle. Torville doing the right thing. Now, if you don't know where that puck is, sit still and wait for a whistle. Torville receiving congratulations from another player from the other team, which is only something that happens when the Spartacats play the Spartacats. This one comes to the middle. Opportunity. Good defense that time. Hit the side of the net. McNerney is one of the defenders for the white team. She slaps that one out, looking for Nason. It's turned back in by Nollner. Nollner doing a good job of being physical there, keeping that puck in, but this one finds its way out over the blue line, and here's Steffenhagen, and we're going to have a penalty. First penalty of the game is going to go against the blue team for either body checking, tripping, or holding some sort of assorted 1-minute minor. And the penalty will be called against Lydia Shack. Shack will go to the box for 1 minute. With 1 minute and 28 seconds to go here in the second period. Score 3-0, shots 12-6, and all in favor of the blue team. So both teams completing their line changes. So the Cats will skate shorthanded, or excuse me, the blue team will skate shorthanded. So Scott, Nurka, Mersil, and Olsen, I think, or maybe Baker. I can't tell who that is down there, if it's 24 or 34. They're still putting the penalty on the board, so there's a little bit of a delay. Now it's up there, and we play. Face-off won nominally by the blue team. They try to get it out, and they do. This one will go all the way out through neutral ice. I don't know, is it going to go for icing? It's not going to go for icing. Todd behind her own net, circles, and now she's got a head of steam. Good forecheck there by Nurka. Breaks it up, but this one comes to the middle. Here's an opportunity. Olsen going the other way. Good fire off by Wilhelm. Good save by Wilhelm. Needs to get back in the net. I think Olsen thought she had a defensive partner in. Not this time. Opportunity in front. Olsen spinning through and taking that rebound, slaps at that one, and she clears the zone. Nicely done. Olsen still not done with that puck. Battling a neutral ice, and she sends it down in. Maren Olsen with a nice shift. Wilhelm with a great glove save to deny the white team an opening goal, as McNerney has this one. Now she'll come through neutral ice. That one's sent in. That's icing. And it is icing against the white team. Again, white team wearing blue. So we have icing against the white team. So the white team wearing blue will have Childers, Bishop, Levasseur, Nason, and Steffenhagen on the ice. Blue team wearing white will have Baker and Bauman with Kron and Shack. Shack freshly out of the box. The white, we're missing a player, and now Mersil comes onto the bench, onto the ice late. This calls for Bauman. Bauman sends us on towards Torville. Torville pad save. Opportunity for Baker. Torville pushes that to the side, and now here come the white team out of the end. Steaming up ice. Shack keeps that in momentarily, does a good job, hammers that one down into the corner. That was a high level point holding, if you want to call it that. That's a little bit of a butchered phrase from yours truly. But with that, we reach the end of the second period. Shots 13-7, and where it counts, blue team ahead 3-0 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's really funny. Hopefully I got my cat.
I hope I did too. So first period tallies from Miller and Mercil, and a second period brace from Miller is the difference in this one so far heading into the third period. White team will be pressing a little bit, trying to get on the board. Again, it's not as though it's been all one-way traffic. The blue team's shots have just managed to find the back of the net. Being outshot about 2-1, but it doesn't feel like it's been a dominating performance by the blue team at this point. So Donahue, Noller, and Miller, your forwards. Scott and Shack are your defenders. J-War in net for the blue team, and here we go. Third period action, 12 minutes on the clock. This one finds its way to the back. Miller with an opportunity. She's on a hat trick. She shoots and is denied by Torville. Sends it back into the middle, and that's cleared to the point. Scott will try to hold it in. She does. She sends that in. It takes a deflection. Miller had visions of a hat trick dancing in her head, but was denied by Torville as that took a deflection. Oh, that was a dangerous little centering pass, and it finds the near corner. Blue team trying to hold it in. Scott pinches in. Donahue covering for her smartly. Shack holding down the middle as Miller and Noller are in the middle. Here's Miller. Backhands it in. Opportunity, and she scores! Eden Miller scores the hat trick. Her first U10 hat trick. And it's 4-0. Yeah, I think you got to throw your hat. If you're dad, you got to throw your hat. It's not every day your kid scores a hattie. And her first one to boot. That puck was not much Torville. That was off of Torville's skate. Miller with a backhand tries to spin that around, and Torville didn't. I don't know that she saw that puck coming in, but Miller making the most of that opportunity, and it's 4-0 now with 11 minutes to go here in the third period. White team unable to hold that one in as Todd will chase that one. Todd will circle behind. Oh, I thought she was going to circle behind. Instead, she slams on the brakes, goes the other direction. Bauman with the forecheck, sent back down in by Scott. Opportunity for Mercil in front, sends that in towards Torville. Torville alert to the danger. This one comes to the near boards. Battle on the left side of your screen, near boards. This one's punched out, and here's an opportunity for the white team. This is Peterson. Peterson had it, but it was taken away, taken off of her stick, and it was cleared out by Cron. So white team will have to retreat. Todd with it will try to send it forward, but it's intercepted by Mercil momentarily. Now Bauman tries to come over, keep it in. Now Olsen had it. Olsen went D to D, but I think Cron was covering the middle. Cron slaps that one in towards the white cage, but it's kept out that time by Todd. This is Huseman who brings that up the side. Cron chasing that one as slowly as possible. I'm not sure if she did that on purpose or if she's just lucky that way, but she was keeping an eye on the player behind her, wanted to make sure she wasn't going to beat her around the side, and icing with 9:52 to go here in the third period. Shots 16-7. Again, white team have been up and down. There have been opportunities. They just have not gone in. Baker wins that one nominally, finds Cron. Cron slaps that towards the goal, but it's blocked by about 3 different white players. Bishop battles in the corner, sends that out, looks for her teammate. Cron keeps it at the point, and it falls nicely for Miller. Miller slides that in backhand towards Torville, who paddles it aside. McNerney near side. McNerney tries the exit pass, gets it to Cron. Cron has the puck. Baker does not know she's offside. Now she figures it out. And Miller will now have to retreat and bring that back in. Opportunity may have gone begging there as Donahue steers that in with the backhand towards Torville, and it's still loose in the slot, but now it's claimed by Levasseur. Levasseur through the set neutral ice. Okay, that's not Levasseur, that is somebody else. Sorry. I'm working off an incomplete roster here, folks. But in any event, Olsen with it far side, chips it off the boards, brings it out over the blue line. Here's Olsen. Olsen's got Miller to the middle. Olsen slams on the brakes. And good defense, back checking by McNerney as Olsen was off to the races, but McNerney with a great effort caused Olsen to slam on the brakes, lost control of the puck. Here come the white team going the other direction. They steam across the blue line. Poke check there by Donahue and Cron. But the white team find a way to get it in the corner. They're slapping at it there, but it's pushed to the side. And here comes Zoe Scott. Zoe with an outlet pass looking for Bauman. Doesn't come off. June Bishop with it, sends it back in. But, yeah, Stefan Hagen had not. Stefan Hagen's number 10 and 0 are screwing me up. Stefan Hagen's number 10. Okay, got it. So Stefan Hagen had not cleared the zone, so it'll be a neutral zone face-off as the Spartacat blue team switch goalies. So Jay War off, Wilhelm on. This one comes for Shack. Shack brings it to the near side. She backhands it in, looking for Nolner, but it's poke checked away and finds neutral ice. And I'm not sure who hit that last, but the referee say it may have come off a white player, so we play on. Here's Bauman. Bauman's got an opportunity. Bauman shoots. That one goes wide as there was a little bit of traffic in front of Tourville. Bauman gets her own rebound in the far corner. She fastens to the middle, but it goes behind the net. 7:34 to go here, third period. Coming to you Sunday night shootout between the two Spartacat B1 teams. They will play again this year in the district schedule. I suspect there's a chance they'll even play in a tournament at some point. But we'll see how that goes. Not sure exactly what that tournament pool looks like. Good centering pass by Mersil, but that's broken up by the defense. Sends it back behind the net. This is Buchholz. Comes to the near side. Everybody falling down. That one sent through the crease. No one can get a touch to that. Bauman has it. Bauman sends that. Ooh, tries to feed the point. Just hamstrung Shack a little bit. It was a good idea, but it just didn't come off. If this was soccer, we'd call it unlucky. Bauman giving chase on the far side. Nice move there by Levasseur, who tries to feed Peterson. She does. Peterson with the puck. Oh, Peterson had a good idea, but it didn't quite come off again as Zaki over the blue line. And I think we have an offside call here with 6:26 to go here in the third period. 17-7, your shots. Donahue, Nurka, and your hat trick girl, Eden Meller, are your forwards. Cron and Olsen are your defenders. Cron's got to get both hands on the stick and quit looking for penalties. That one gets sent to the near side. Chased there by... No, I haven't called it. I called that name in quite some time, but there's a battle there at the blue line. This one's going to come from Meller. Meller is going to come through neutral ice. Now she's got two defenders in front of her. She's got Donahue as a trailer. Miller sends that in towards Torville. Torville paddles it aside. McNerney plays it behind the net. McNerney battling there with a couple of offensive players. This one finds its way to the near boards. Olsen and Cron. Opportunity here. Nice job. Good job by Nason coming to the side. Oh, deflection there. That one could have been very, very dangerous for the blue team. As Olsen, Cron tries to clear it, but didn't quite clear it where he wanted. This one comes from McNerney. And now Olsen with it. She tries to get it on her forehand and deflects off a skate. The blue team struggling right now with 5:14 to go to clear their own zone. It's hitting skates left and right. Maybe it is a soccer game because everybody's using their feet. Little collision on the far side. Olsen might be down. She's not moving. As Cron was bringing it into the offensive zone, we have an injury timeout. with 4:51 to go. Olsen hit the boards pretty hard. There's a good collision between a couple of players. Hopefully nothing, hopefully a temporary problem. And we'll step aside for just a moment. Excitement off to the right of your screen as Olsen's up, moving around, no problem. Feeling good about that one. Next game for these Spartacat U10B1 Blue Girls will be Friday, November 21st, a 2 p.m. skate against Owatonna. That is the beginning of the Owatonna tournament. So they will play Owatonna at 2 p.m. on Friday, and then on Saturday they'll have an 8:15 against Northern Tier and a 3 p.m. game against West St. Paul. There will be a game on Sunday. Also, check it. There will be a game on Sunday, but we don't know what that score is going to look like. Or excuse me, what that timing is going to look like. So 3 games coming up in the weekend on Friday and Saturday, and we'll see about Sunday. Scott gets to that one, chips it out of the zone. This one's going to come down for Levasseur on the near side. Deep forecheck that time by Mersil. This one comes towards the blue line. Scott tries to hold it in. Nurka doing a nice job. Check it. That was Baker doing a nice job covering, and it did come out, and we will have an offside infraction against the blue team. Again, blue team wearing white team wearing blue. Everybody's confused. Shots 18-9, and the scoreboard shows the score of 4-0 in favor of the blue team. This one comes to the near boards. This is Zaki across the blue line. She's watched there by Zoe Scott. Scott chips that up towards the near boards. Mersil not able to get on the edge of that one. White trying to get to the middle. Opportunity, and it's taken off of her stick. Good defense that time by the Spartacat blue team. Could not see who that was, but somebody did a nice job of absolutely taking that puck off of a white player's stick. Scott sends it in towards Torville. Easily dealt with by Torville. And now under 4 minutes to go here in the third period. Shack tries to hold the line. She does. Feeds it back to the middle, but it's intercepted by the white team. Thought that might have come out, but the referees say we play on. Everybody falling down, but no penalties. Certainly nothing to call there. Levasseur in the near corner, far corner. She's going to turn and circle. Lost the handle on that one, but finds its way over to Huseman. Huseman gets a touch to it. And now she'll come steaming through neutral ice. She's watched there by Scott. She's got 2 players to the middle. She cuts to the middle. There was a lot of traffic there in the middle, and she may have lost control of that one as Scott has it, sends it up towards the point. It slips out, and Levasseur's going to chase that one as it did not make it all the way down for an icing infraction with now 3 minutes to go here in the third period. Shots 18-9. Cron keeps that in. Olsen jumps over that stick and heads to the near far side. Nollner battling far corner. Could not quite keep that one down in. And here come the white team's good poke check that time by Lauren Cron at the point. Nollner gives chase. Held in by Olsen. Nicely done. Blue team just trying to keep it deep, making sure that the white team doesn't have an opportunity to try to create some offense. Cron steps in, sends that one in towards Torville. Took a wicked hop off of Torville's paddle, but it goes behind the net harmlessly. And now, there's a battle on the near circle. This comes for Zaki. Zaki will try to chip or go around Olsen. She does, but Cron's able to cover for a defensive partner. Cron on the near side. Now Cron to the far side. Sends it towards the middle, towards Nollner. Didn't quite come off that time. As this one goes the other direction, that might have been too many men, but we play on. Just 2 minutes to go here in the third period. Donahue tries to keep that one out. Olsen, right side of your screen. This comes from Meller. Meller brings it over the blue line, has Nollner in the middle. Meller to the outside. Meller hits the Jets, turn, spins, sends it in, and bad angle shot finds nothing but pads off of Torville. Olsen stepping up quickly to pinch. Cron will claim that one at neutral ice. Will try to reverse. It was a good idea, but Maggie Nason steps in front of that one and just about created some offense. In fact, the offensive opportunity may not have been. Oh, now it's gone begging a little bit. Here's Aurelia Noller. She's got an opportunity. She has it on her stick. Can she control it? She sends it in towards Torville, but Torville paddled that one aside. Good pad save by Torville. And this one goes into the near corner. Noller couldn't quite get on the end of it, but this one's loose in the crease for just a moment, and it's sent through. And here come the Spartacat white team in an offside infraction with 58 seconds to go in a rapidly moving third period. So 58 seconds to go, score 4-0 to the Spartacat blue team. Shots are 22-9 in favor of the blue team. This offensive face-off won by the white team, but Zoe Scott finds it on her stick. She knocks that one off the board, sends it out. McNerney's going to give chase. Mercil's going to go in on the forecheck. Tries to get it in. Mercil fell over a stick, but Bauman will battle left side of your screen. This one comes towards the middle. Shaq's going to have it there. She tries to send it in, but she couldn't quite get it off of her stick fast enough. Maybe she's got another chance here. Peterson almost picks her pocket, and this one goes down behind Torville. 25 seconds to go here, third period. Like I said, you'll have to pay attention on the Spartacats schedule. These two teams will match up again at some point in the near future. Hopefully everybody will wear the right color jersey so that it'll save all of us the headache of having to figure out who's on whose team. Now it finds neutral ice. Here's Zaki over the blue line. Watched there by Shaq. Shaq tries to spin. Zaki an opportunity, and Wilhelm with a last second save preserves the shutout, as Zaki had an opportunity there to break up the clean sheet. Just about did it. And instead, it is a 4-0 victory for the blue team. Good game for both teams. Shots 22-10 officially. And certainly both teams will be happy with the effort they gave. Just a little, one team might be a little less happy with the result on the scoreboard, and that's to be expected. In any event, thanks folks for joining us here on the live stream. And we should be live streaming all the games in Owatonna this weekend. Can't guarantee that, as we have a varsity hockey schedule to work around. But in any event, we will do the best we can to get as many games broadcast as we can. Good efforts by all the teams here tonight. And we'll talk to you later, folks.